I'm Muslim, and she was as well. But the Oromos, aside from believing in God, believe in the spirits. Soqotra taught the Oromos the Muslim religion. In the caves, they live together. God is there, but so is Vak, the spirit of the sky, of rain. And there are others, hundreds of spirits that control everything. I believe that everything forms part of the same unit, the different faces of God, that's all. No one knows exactly when Soqotra was here, maybe during the 14th century. He was a man who was spiritually very powerful. He would enter the cave and ask for it to rain. Then it would rain. And if there was a war going on or if there were diseases, he would remain in the caves day and night, and these problems would disappear.
Soqotra had a daughter, Ayomoko. In reality, she was the one who had powers. The people would come from far away to ask her for favors, and they still do. My husband and I are in charge of welcoming the travelers. Soqotra and Ayomoko did this as well.
So one could say the three major ones grew up here in the country. The third goes along with the diversity of cultures, goes along with these three major Afro-Asiatic branches. They grew up and fusion of time. They created about 60 to 100 languages.
I walked for about 7 days before reaching Soqotra. During my journey, I met people like myself, pilgrims, who were walking to the cave. We would pass people who were coming from and going to the market, with little girls who were carrying bundles of firewood, which must have weighed twice as much as they did. The amount of life alongside the road in my country has always surprised me. There are few motor vehicles. It's as if the roads had been made in order to widen the paths that once connected the villages. Everyone moves from one place to another, and they take most of their valuables with them, their animals, their families. Here we are like pilgrims who are not going anywhere. We traveled part of the time on the main road, and other times we traveled through the mountain to shorten our journey. And we would stop and rest and pray every once in a while.
Allahu Akbar.
In order to reach the caves of Soqotra, Gary travels from sunrise to sunset. He wakes up early, eats breakfast, and starts his journey once again. Gary walks an average of 10 hours a day. To maintain this pace, he takes chat, a stimulating plant that grows in the higher regions of Ethiopia.
These people saved my life once. It was during my third pilgrimage. I got malaria and I was very sick. I did not have medicine, and they treated me with the traditional plants. They are sacred people with great knowledge in traditional medicine. They sheltered me in their home for 3 days. They fed me and they treated me like part of the family. Since then, I stop here every year and I bring them some chat as a gesture of gratitude. For a city man like myself, coming to a place like this means fulfilling a large part of your dreams. I spend the year thinking about the time when I will return to Soqotra. I have friends who have come to ask for children and wealth, and Soqotra has granted them their wishes. I do not come to ask for anything, but to give thanks for everything that I have, and also to remember the memory of my wife and daughter. While I am strong enough to return to Soqotra, my wife and daughter will remain alive inside me.
Every movement in the rituals of Soqotra is a synthesis of Christian, Muslim, and animist beliefs. The chants, the dances, the sacrifices. Texts from the Quran are read with the same devotion as the offerings made to the spirits of the caves and the water that inhabits Soqotra.
Aulea lives here inside. His spirit is everywhere. Aulea is also mentioned in the Quran. It is a spirit with great power, and we ask him for favors. He is the intermediary between Soqotra and the people. Religion is the hope for the people of Africa, especially in Ethiopia. For everything, the place where we find refuge is in our religion. When God punishes us with AIDS or with the lack of rain, He continues to be with us. He is our life and our hope. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله